I'm going to work out the practice test for the Chapter 1.3 and Chapter 1.4 quiz. Okay, the first problem, what it says is to write the equation of a line and interpret the slope. So let's write the equation of the line first. So to do that, and I will do some of these in the slope-intercept form, and I'll do some in the point-slope form. So for the first one, I'm going to use the form y equals mx plus b. And I'll need to find the slope of the line. So the slope of the line is the change of the y values over the change of the x. So the change of the y's would be the y1 minus, or the y minus y1, so that would be 30 minus 15, that's the y coordinates, and 6 minus 1. So I got 15 all over 5, so my slope is 3. So, and now I get to pick one of the points, so I'm going to plug the slope in, so equals mx, so that would be 3. And now I don't know b. So to find b, I'm going to have to put in a value for y and x, and let's use one of the values that were given. How about if I just use the point 630, so I'll have 30 is equal to 3, that was the slope. The x coordinate is 6 plus b, so 30 is equal to 18 plus b, 12 is equal to b. So now I have found the intercept value, so I can write the equation as y is equal to the slope times x plus the intercept. Right, now let's do the interpret the slope. To do that, I'm going to have to use my units. And so remember, the slope is equal to the change of the y's over the change of the x's, and my y is the height in inches. So, and it looks like it's a child growth rate. So y would be the child's height change over months. And the slope, remember, was 3. So I can say that the child height increases at 3 inches per month. Okay, moving over to the next one. Once again, I'm going to have to find the slope. So let's just start with that. The slope is going to be equal to the difference of the y coordinates. That's 1300 minus 800 all over 10 minus 20. So I'm going to get 500 all over a minus 10. That'd be equal to a minus 50. Okay, let's go ahead and write the equation of the line, and I'm going to use point-slope form. So y minus y1 is equal to the slope x minus x1. So I have y minus one of the points, and I'll just pick the 2800 point. So y minus 800 is equal to the slope, which is a negative 50, times x minus 20. Okay, so y minus 800 is equal to a minus 50x plus 50 times 20 would be 1000. So moving the 800 over, I would get y is equal to a negative 5x plus 1800. There's the equation of my line. And let's interpret the slope. Okay, in this case, the slope is the balance in dollars over the number of payments in months. So the change of the y over the change of the x in units would be the balance, so that would be the account balance. Of the loan, or the loan balance. We could say the loan balance. How's that? That sounds better. So the loan balance, how much I owe, because it is an interest-free loan, so the loan balance over the number of months. And the slope is a negative 50, so we could say that the loan balance decreases by $50 per month. It means you're paying off $50 per month of your loan. Okay, last one of those. Okay, and what I have here is I have the equation of the line. Well, it's a horizontal line, so this is going to be pretty easy to do. You can see that the y value is 3, so this is the horizontal line, y equal to 3. All right, and we could see that the units for the slope, and the slope is going to be 0, right? And the units for the slope is the speed in hours or time. So the slope is speed per hour. And so we could see that we are maintaining a constant speed of 3 miles per hour. So we are maintaining of 3 miles per hour. Okay, let's go down to the next one. Okay, this is a scatter plot one. Depending on how long this video takes, I may come back to that because we are going to do a scatter plot, but we're going to use a graphing calculator. So I may leave this one blank since the test will not have a scatter plot by hand. It'll have a graphing calculator scatter plot. All right, so solve the system. And what I need to do is decide one of these variables to eliminate. When I look at this, it looks like the x's wouldn't be bad. I've got a negative 2x and 2 and an x, so I'm going to eliminate the x's. So the first thing I'm going to do is let's just go ahead and eliminate the x's in the bottom two equations. So setting that up, if I take these two, and I have a minus 2x plus y plus 2z equals 3, 2x plus y plus 3z equals 8. Add those together. I get 2y plus 5z equals 11. So let's set that equation aside. That's one of my new equations that I'm going to need to use, so we'll remember that. Now then, let's go ahead and combine another 2. And since this has a positive x, this has a negative x, I'm going to go ahead and multiply the top equation by negative 2 and combine it with the second equation. So what I would get is I'm going to get a negative 2x plus 6y plus 2z is equal to 18. And the next one, I'm going to have a minus, whoops, sorry, we didn't have to multiply it by negative 2. We should have just left it as 2. Let's try it again. All right. 2x minus 6y minus 2z is a negative 18. Next equation, minus 2x plus y plus 2z is equal to 3. So when I add these two together, I get negative 5y is equal to a negative 15. Well, this is going to come out easy. Normally they're not going to be this easy. We would have to do another elimination step, but this one's going to come out quick. So y would be equal to 3. Okay, and now that I know y is equal to 3, I can substitute that back into this equation, and let's see what we get. So 2 times y, which is 3, plus 5z is 11. 6 plus 5z is 11. Subtracting 6, I get 5z is equal to 5. Z is equal to 1. Okay, now I know y, I know z. I can substitute that into one of the equations. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's say we're going to use x minus 3y minus z is a negative 9. So substituting in the z value, substituting in the y value. So I've got x minus 3 times y, which is 3, minus 1, z is 1, is equal to a negative 9. So I have x minus 9 minus 1 is a negative 9. X minus 9 minus 1, that is x minus 10, is equal to a negative 9. Adding 10 to both sides, I got x is equal to 1. So my point is 1, 3, 1. Okay, the next problem we have is a word problem where we have 3 equations and 3 unknowns. And for the test, we have decided that we are not going to use one that requires substitution like this. So I'm going to skip this one and probably substitute in a different kind of question, which I'll show you in a minute. Anyway, let's go on to the next one. This one says it shows the depreciation of a new copier. So we know that this is going to be a line. The depreciation, this is not going to be one where I have to do a scatter plot. This is one where I have a depreciation and it's going to be straight line. So let's go ahead and do one like this. And what we need to do is find the equation of the line. So I need to pick a couple points, find the slope, and then write the equation of a line. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to pick 2 points. Let's pick this point and this point. Let's find the slope. So m is equal to, and we'll say that is 2,000 minus 7,000 all over 8 minus 4. That's going to be equal to 5,000 all over 4, which is going to be equal to 1250. Okay, so what's happening is the value of the copier is depreciating at $1,250 per year. Let's go ahead and write the equation of the line. So I'm going to write y equals mx plus b. And I'll use one of my points. Let's use the 2008 point. So y is 2,000. And the slope is 1250. X is 8 plus b. So let's multiply that out. Actually, I made a mistake in my slope. The slope here, that's a negative 5,000. Negative 1250. Negative there. So I would get a negative 10,000.
That was something else.
Did it? Okay, sorry about that. Got interrupted. So let's let's see what do we got here. So anyway,